Strike King Pro Mark Menendez here with you, talking about a little bit of finesse bed fishing. Sometimes you can be aggressive on bed fish. Sometimes you have to be sneaky and finessey. That's what we're going to talk about here. I've got 3 choices of lures that I tend to use when I have to really be sneaky with these fish. Sometimes when you're bed fishing, you're not really trying to make that fish bite out of hunger, but you're actually trying to aggravate him to bite the lure. Color becomes very important. Size becomes very important. Particularly on gin clear reservoirs, I tend to throw smaller baits. And one of the things I like to use, I start off with, is a dream shot. A dream shot in this sexy shed color is bright, it's white. I can see it as much as the fish can see it. The drop shot presentation keeps the bait up off the bottom, and that keeps it in that fish's frame of view. He doesn't have to look down on it, it's right here. Sometimes I get a real quick bite like that. But if I've got one of those little stubborn ones that is doing circles or comes in and investigates and leaves, then I have to keep the bait in place for a long time. Then I will reach for a Ned style bait. This little Ned Rage Craw is one that I really like. A crayfish is one that they're going to pick up just like when you're hungry and you get a bite of one of those little Snickers bars. Do you want a Snickers bar for lunch or do you want a cheeseburger? That little Snickers bar, I'll pick it up every time, and so will that bass. And this little small Rage Craw in the bed on the bottom, and I'll Texas rig this, and I use a relatively heavy weight. I use a 5/16 tour grade tungsten to keep it on the bottom so that I don't move it towards me and out of that bed. Keep it on there with a little Texas rig with a 1/0 straight shank hook on it. I can keep it in there and aggravate him. There's one spot in that bed in which he's going to be protecting. And that's what I'm after to find. Make multiple pitches in different areas, getting it concise. As I see the fish react, I keep making a pitch right to that same spot. Once that fish starts showing some interest, then I'm going to put something in there that's a little bit beefier, but even though it's still small, this is a little baby rodent. Little small crayfish looking deal, again with that heavier weight, keeping it on the bottom, shaking it in place, sometimes hopping it, but keeping it in the vicinity. This is all about watching the fish, not necessarily fishing for the fish to bite. I'm trying to make him react. I'm trying to get into his space. You don't like it when a truck drives through your living room. This is what I'm trying to do. Trying to find that TV channel changer where he can't change the channel and I keep his interest. The spot within the spot is the biggest key with bed fishing. And sometimes you have to get a little finessey to make them bite.